As you can see, when they say you don't have access to public funds, they actually mean that you don't have access to public funds. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, and before I get right into today's video, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that sent me a birthday message, everyone that prayed for me on my birthday, all your wishes and everything you did on my birthday. I just want to say thank you. I really do appreciate your celebration, and I pray that the same way you have celebrated me is the same way you will be celebrated soon. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and from the depth of my heart, I really do appreciate. God bless you guys. In today's video, guys, I'm just going to be talking about things you should avoid as a skilled worker and also as a student in the UK, because if you don't avoid these things, you will not be able to get your indefinite leave to remain as a skilled worker, someone who is on tier 2 visa sponsorship. Also for those who are currently studying in the UK, hoping to get the post-study work visa. If you don't avoid those things I'm going to be discussing with you, then at the point you want to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, you may not be able to get it. As a student who is on tier 4 study visa, if you don't avoid these things, at the point you want to go for your PSW, you will be picked out and you will not be granted your PSW. These are things that have been preventing a lot of students from getting their post-study work visa. Few students have contacted me saying they were refused, and I need to share this with you so that you will be able to know the reasons why they were refused their post-study work visa for 2 years, so that you too can also avoid it. So I'm going to read a response that one of the students that recently applied for his PSW, which is a post-study work visa. Post-study work visa allows you to work in the UK for 2 years after studying, and within that 2 years you are expected to get a job that can sponsor you on tier 2 worker visa. So this student actually applied for this visa and he got this response. I'm just going to be reading that to you. So, and I'm also going to leave it on the screen for you to see. So it says your application for permission to stay as a graduate has been refused. This is due to the reason that you access public funds, which is not in accordance with your student visa condition. When you apply for your visa and when your visa is out, they will tell you that you don't have access to public funds. And if you don't take that serious, at the end of the day, you may end up like this particular student that have been refused his PSW. The condition set out in your student visa states no access to public funds on processing your graduate visa application. So, as you can see, when they say you don't have access to public funds, they actually mean that you don't have access to public funds, and you need to adhere to that. So I'm going to be reading other parts of the response to this student that applied for post-study work visa, and this response is copied from the government website. So public funds could be one of these on this list. It says from the 6th of April 2016, the immigration rules list public funds as universal credit. So maybe the student would have gone for universal credit and would have submitted wrong information just to get that credit. We don't know. So universal credit is one. I'm also going to leave it on the screen so you know the things you need to avoid. If you're on a skilled worker visa, if you're also on a student visa, the public funds you need to avoid, so you don't take it, and at the end of the day, when you want to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, they will bring this up. So universal credit is one of them. Personal independence payment is one of them. Help with housing from the local authority. So if you go to the council to say you don't have accommodation and you don't have access to public funds, trust me, at the end of the day, if the council gives you the accommodation and you are on a visa that says you don't have access to public funds, by the time you apply for your indefinite leave to remain, or by the time you want to apply for your post-study work visa, this will definitely pop up. Your name will pop up to say you have taken something from the council. So I'm going to go to the next one, which is the attendance allowance, carers allowance, previously invalid care allowance, child benefit. So if you're receiving child benefits, then it is access to public fund. You need to avoid it. I know a lot of people, they come to the UK and they fake documents to get all of this funds, or they fake things to get all of these funds, but you need to take this very serious, because it may not affect you at the beginning, but in the end, when you're closer to the end of your journey, for you to get your indefinite leave to remain or for you to become a British citizen, this is what will come up, and I'm sure you will not be happy saying that. So council tax reduction, note that council tax reduction is different from being exempt from council tax. So as a student, you are exempt. I remember when I was a student 11 years ago in the UK, when I finished my study as a student, immediately I submitted my dissertation, which was in August. Even if my student visa was still valid till the next year, February or so, I can't remember, I was told that I have to start paying council tax from there. Initially, I was like, why will I pay council tax when I'm still on a student visa? I thought I was not going to pay. The council sent me so many bills, and I was like, I'm not going to pay because I'm not working, I've just finished. They said it doesn't matter. Once you submit your dissertation, that is the end of your exemption period as a student. So as a student, you are exempted from council tax for the duration of your study. And once your study is over, which is the day you submit your dissertation, the next day after you have submitted your dissertation, you're liable to pay council tax. So you have to pay council tax. So I'm going to go to the next one. If your dwelling is exempt from council tax, or you are disregarded for the purpose of council tax, then you are not receiving a council tax reduction. See council tax. So domestic rate relief in Northern Ireland, council tax benefits. So some people do receive council tax benefits, which if your visa have said you don't have access to public funds, please do not accept any council tax benefits, because like I said, in the beginning it will be okay, but in the end, when you're about to apply for your next visa, that is when you will know that it's not okay, because you will be refused. Disability living allowance. So if you go and claim disability living allowance, then you're accessing public funds which you are not entitled to as a student or as a skilled worker. Then housing benefit. You're not allowed to claim housing benefits. You're not allowed to claim income support. You're not allowed to claim income-based job seekers allowance. So there are some allowances that they give to job seekers that if you're on a skilled worker visa, please avoid it. Don't go for that. Or even if your dependent is also on a skilled worker visa, please don't let your dependent go for that. Like I said, it will definitely pop up when you're applying for your indefinite leave to remain, and you may be refused your indefinite leave to remain because you have had access to it when you were told that you don't have access on your visa. So the next one on my list is income related employment and support allowance, ESA. So this particular allowance, you're not entitled to it, so please avoid it. The next one is severe disablement allowance. So you're not allowed to get this allowance. Social funds payments. So social funds payments, whatever it is, provided it is social fund payment, whatever it is, once you hear it, please be careful. You're not eligible. You're not allowed. These are things that only people that are on asylum, are British citizens, are allowed to have. So for you who is in the UK as a skilled worker or as a student who is on tier 4 study visa, you need to avoid this, including your dependent, not just you, also your dependent, your household needs to avoid this. So the next one on my list is discretionary support payments administered by local authorities in England or the devolved administration in Scotland or Northern Ireland, but not energy rebate scheme payment in England. Okay, recently one of my subscribers that just relocated to the UK got in touch with me that I think the husband was asked to fill a form on energy rebate whatever, and because he's eligible to get some allowances, and the husband filled the form. Please guys, be careful. It's not every form you get online, because most of them are scam, and most of them just want to take your data. And once you put your credit card there, once you fill your credit card or your bank details there, they may use it to do things that you're not really aware of. And at the end of the day, if you want to buy a house, if you want to do other things that will require them to check your credit score, they will see that your name has been messed up and you will not be qualified or eligible to do some things that ordinarily you would have done. So each time you get a text message for you to enroll for anything, please go through it. If they have said it has come from the government website, you go to the government website and search for it on your own. Don't just click on the link to start filling out the form. So the next on my list is child tax credit. So you're not allowed to take child tax credit. Even if you are contacted by the council or the government to say you are eligible for it, please do not follow any link to apply for that, because a lot of people now are impersonating the government website or the council website. So be very careful about that. So working tax credit, so you're not eligible to get a working tax credit as a skilled worker, also as a student in the UK who is on a tier 4 study visa. So these are all the things that are being referred as public funds. So please do not let anyone deceive you, or do not click on any link to go and fill out any form that will take you to a site to fill out your details. And also in claiming tax credit and all of that, you have to be very careful. Even if it's not you, like I said earlier on, that it's your dependent, you have to be very careful. Do not claim anything that you're not sure of. So on the list, like I said, I'm going to leave the list on the screen so you can see it for yourself. And also you can also see it for yourself by going to the government website to do the research on your own, and also see the things that you're not allowed to have access to, as someone who is on a skilled worker visa, and also as someone who is on a study visa. So guys, as earlier mentioned, these are the things you will need to avoid. So once you see on your visa, I'm just going to leave a sample of a visa on the screen so you can see. Most of the people coming into the UK now, and also before now, you will see that they are not recourse to public funds. And once you see that on your visa, please be very careful, because if you're not careful, as earlier mentioned, at the point you want to renew the visa you're currently on for indefinite leave to remain, or to move to the post-study work visa, these things will pop up. And like we all read from the person that was refused a visa, it's read that this is due to the reason that you access public funds, which is not in accordance with your student visa conditions. So once you don't stick to that, then this is where you will be. So guys, if you're planning to come to the UK, or you're currently in the UK as a skilled worker, or you're currently in the UK as a student, please do avoid anything that has to do with public funds. To be honest, like, avoid everything that has to do with public funds. There will come a time that you have access to them. So just be patient until you get to that time when you cannot have access to them. Then you can now start using them. But in as much as you have been told that you do not have access to public funds, please do avoid it. Do avoid it. Don't go close to it, so you don't end up like one of those that they have been refused their indefinite leave to remain in the UK, or their post-study work visa. So guys, I hope you find this helpful. I would advise you also share with your friends, those who are planning to come to the UK, also those who are already in the UK. Share with them and let them know so they can avoid all of this. And sometimes you won't know until you have gotten it, and at the end of the day, you end up like the people that were refused, which is what I know that you wouldn't want for yourself. So do share this video with your loved ones if you find it helpful. And if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, from my statistics on YouTube, it says over 70% of people watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So guys, hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. Take care and have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.